Hello, everybody, and welcome to Blasphemous 2. I'm actually very excited to play this game through with you, and don't worry about Tears of the Kingdom. We'll be coming back. Of course, I've taken about a couple weeks off to focus on work and life, but now I have some time, and, you know, I picked this up because I loved the first game, played around with it a little bit, just to see if I wanted to do this one on stream, because I did the first one on stream a long time ago, before I started streaming on Twitch when I was originally on YouTube. But loved it, and have replayed it a couple times to this day, just because of its art style and the interesting way that it kind of uses religion to tell its story. It's one of the Metroidvanias that have come out in the last 10 years that isn't Hollow Knight that has really engaged me. And, in prepping for this stream, I did play around a little bit with the beginning area, not very much. I did try out all of the 3 weapons, because now you're not just restricted to one sword. I'm assuming that the way that the map is set up, you will be able to get each weapon as you go through, and you just pick which one you want to start with. So after going back and forth, since I've played with all 3, I've decided I'm going to go old school and start with the sword that is closest to the mea culpa. But, let's get on with this. Story-wise, if you are familiar with the first Blasphemous, if you did not see the ending from the Wounds of Eventide DLC that was released in 2021, you might be a bit lost on what's going on here, but this pretty much picks up from that ending that was added in from that DLC. So, Heart in the Sky, new city, it looks like. I don't know how long after the first one this is, but I am pretty sure we are playing the same penitent one from the first game. He just now has a bit of an augment, as you'll see. But I've talked on long enough. Let's get this started. In the heart, everything takes root solitarily. Footprints without companions are left behind like water or in the ocean's depths. Was that Miguel Hernandez? I don't
La
know Miguel
madrugada
Hernandez
eterna
is.
de nuestras penitencias nos anuncia su fin. Cada una nació para poner fin a la otra.
Is that Crescenta?
Ambas esperan. La vuestra duerme. La mía vela.
That sword, that's definitely Crescenta.
De este juramento sea el milagro testigo. En el que yo permanezco aquí para nuestro ansiado encuentro. Herido de silencio en este recogimiento.
Damn.
Y entonces, mientras la ciudad del Santo Nombre se alzaba sujetada por 3 grandes estatuas, se oyeron los latidos rotundos de un gran corazón que emergió de entre las nubes, que resonaban como campanadas de una iglesia invisible más alta que ninguna otra, y que nos hicieron elevar a todos la mirada en una ascética llamada a misa, pues el milagro iba a dar a luz a un nuevo hijo.
I really love what they've done with this art style. Kind of going from the almost like it was old school gaming cutscene graphics, like very reminiscent of Flashback in the first game, but a bit more higher resolution than that. But now they've gone for like full animation. So like I really do like it, and what little I did get to fool around with of the beginning area, it really does feel like a refinement of the first game, but very much keeping to the core tenets that made the original Blasphemous as cool as it was. Alright, so that is Deo Gracias holding up the coffin from that Crescenta put us in at the end of the last game. Again, if you did the Wounds of Eventide DLC and got that ending. So, we are definitely playing the same guy. So I'm guessing when he was touched by the, I guess the first penitent, or the dude on the cross. I need to replay the first Blasphemous. I'm actually doing that off stream right now too, and see that ending again. But yeah, like he kind of touched him, and he had the same kind of tree affliction that Ten Piedad did in the first game. And from what I was playing around with, and this is one of the reasons why I'm going with the sword first, is because of the 3 weapons, that one seems to give you the most chance to do executions. And the execution looks like your arm there has been turned into a tree root. So that was what was kind of making me wonder if it was the same penitent as the first one originally, but after kind of going back through, looking at some stuff, yeah, no, it's the same guy. But I love the extra detail they put on the character model with the cape, the tassels. It's kind of weird that no matter what side he's facing, the wooden arm is front. That doesn't actually make sense to me, but oh well. Anyway, like that, there we go. Wooden arm is on both sides, 0 out of 10. Right, so these are the 3 different weapons. I am going to show y'all which ones they are, even though I know what they are. I've played with them all, but they are pretty cool. You get to pick one now, and like based on the way that the progression works, because I played enough around in the first area with both weapons to find that there are certain traversal points where you need this and this to be able to get to. I didn't find any traversal points that needed this, but who's to say? So obviously, even though we're going to be starting with this, we'll probably find these somewhere in the world. But yeah, these 2, the fencing swords, are pretty cool. I can't remember what the name is. It's long and it's 2 names. Lamento and something, I think. But, you know, it's got a basic front attack. You can aim up, you can do a crouching attack, but when you're in the air, it gets fun, because you can aim up, you can go straight, or you can kind of get a bit of a bounce there. Its block isn't really a parry, it just kind of knocks you away. But it is the fastest of the 3 weapons, and you can augment it later on with some really cool abilities too, which, I don't know. Currently, it's my least favorite, but I can see the potential of it being awesome. Ah, hello, Denthar. Yes, it was a poor ghost. Now it gets slaughtered with what is, I think, my favorite of these 3 weapons, but still not the one I'm starting with. But it is the most overpowered. Like, for a start, that's its only real attack. Does a lot of damage, except you can also light it on fire. And then you've got, like, charged versions. It's super brutal. Its one downside, though, is that it has no block or parry to it, and it is just one slow arcing attack, but it also has the best range. However, this guy, the one we're going with here, is the most like your traditional mea culpa from the first game. Yes, bark, bark. Bark, bark, bark. start with a 2-hit combo. It has a block that is also a parry, which is key, and starts with a downward thrust, which, depending on how high you go, it actually does more of a shockwave. Oh, right! There is no dodge strike on this one. I didn't see an ability to unlock it, although that might change. However, on these ones, there is. So, yeah, definitely a cool addition, I think, to the sequel, because, of course, with the first Blasphemous, you had the mea culpa, and that was all you had. You just had the one sword through the entire game. And this gives you options for kind of adjusting playstyles, adjusting aggression, and it's a really welcome change. But, again, not really so much a change as a refinement, because this especially plays like the mea culpa. Yes, I've chosen my champion on this pilgrimage. Only the miracle knows when thou shalt meet again in the presence of her two sisters. This game, Denthar, is Blasphemous 2. It is the sequel to an awesome Metroidvania that was released in 2019. Highly recommend playing them both. Made by a little indie studio out of Spain called The Game Kitchen. Published by Team 17 that does a lot of really good 2D indie publishing. As this game is in Spanish, and, well, from Spain, I'm actually playing it in Spanish with subtitles because, well, when I first played the first game and streamed that, I played it all in English, and the English voice acting is fine, and I've heard the English dub in this game too, and it's fine. But when you hear it in the native Spanish, it is so much better. And with the religious overtones, just Spanish as a language resonates so much more with everything else that's going on than English does. Like, it's just... So yeah, just be glad that it's got subtitles. Hello, the Tower of Vengeance. You are waiting for Baldur's Gate 3 on the PS5. So am I. I have some friends who are playing it on PC. I wish my PC could run it. That game looks awesome, and from what I hear, Mints and Boo are back, and that is all I care about. Because Boo loves me, and you too. But anyway, let's get this game actually started. Quick tutorial area. Pretty much played the first game. You already know all the buttons. Is this a secret thing? No. All of the crawling statues. Save point. My Dark Souls style bonfire. Yeah, well, you know, if I do end up getting Baldur's Gate 3 and doing a playthrough of that, I may do a couple of streams here and there where I let the audience pick what we do. It might completely fuck with the character, but you know what? That's always part of the fun. Anyway. Face! Tutorial boss fight to warm things up. Ow. Ow. Yeah, as long as you don't do the ground attack, I think we're fine. Faceless one, Chisel of Oblivion. Hey, what did I just say about the... Woo! Oh, get too greedy with that. That's the problem. Greed served me well that time. Requiem aeternum. Marks of Martyrdom. So this is kind of the new thing. Before you just had Tears of Atonement. I still do. That's what that 500 is. Basically, that was souls for all you Dark Souls people. It is still currency in this game, from what I can tell, but now you have a leveling system for your weapon that uses these Marks of Martyrdom. So that's cool. Ah, a Foxtrot puppy. Well, thank you very much for tuning in, Foxtrot. I'm very happy to have you here. Hope you are having a woofing good day, both ya puppies. Now let's get out of Tutorial Valley and into the ruins. Again, that art style. Just mwah, 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 mwah. Love it. Especially...
Penitente, retornado del sepulcro y caminando entre los dolientes. Vuestro despertar se escribe ahora en los pliegos eternos.
Like, I actually think I like that depiction of her better than the cutscene one. Like, I think that looks like the more beautiful piece of art. That's just my opinion, though. I will boop you back in due time. For now, I'm learning who to kill.
Anunciada es mi nombre, y provengo de los altos montes celestiales, asiento y principio de todo lo que santo se considera, para poder dirigirme a vos. Consideradme así preceptora en esta empresa, originada en la más alta sede. Penitente, el milagro va a dar a luz a un nuevo hijo, en un gran corazón descendido de las nubes, que vigila desde lo alto la antigua ciudad del santo nombre. Debéis llegar hasta él para así detener su alumbramiento. Mas en esta ascendente vía de penitencia, os aguardará la archicofradía. Aquellos penitentes que el milagro mismo tomó como sus centinelas, ahora aguardan vuestra llegada.
Oh, I intend to kill everything, Denthar. In the name of all that is holy.
Orospina, de la Hermandad de los Bordadores.
Let's introduce all the bosses Dark Souls style.
Benedicta, de la Hermandad de la Perpetua Oración. Odón, de la Hermandad de la Sal. Lesmes, de la Hermandad de la Incorrupción. Todos bajo el mando del penitente más antiguo, el primero que fue, Eviterno, padre de los penitentes.
Well, there are my
Penitente,
targets.
el milagro ha inculcado 3 remordimientos en la conciencia de 3 de sus guardianes.
Ah, just like the 3 humiliations from the first game.
Solo revelándolos, conseguiréis la humillación de las figuras esculpidas que sujetan la ciudad, permitiéndoos así ascender a su zona superior y finalmente hasta el Gran Corazón. Buscad a los guardianes.
Oh. It's kind of nice that they marked them on the map for you. So, when I did play, I didn't actually make it to any of these, but I, played enough to make it around here and around here on the map. And since this one's the closest, I think we're going to go for the Sacred Entombments one first. Also, that way has the best music that I've found so far. One thing that I loved the most about the first game was the soundtrack is just so good. And this one looks like it'll keep the same vein with the soundtrack if where we're going is any indication.
Solo revelando los remordimientos custodiados por los 3 guardianes, podréis ascender a su zona superior y finalmente hasta el Gran Corazón.
Alright, well, let's go get him. There it is, that Spanish guitar. It's what I came here for. That and Perry's. The Juego al Alba is the most balanced weapon in your arsenal. Behind its coarse serrated blades lies a versatile weapon, able to combine powerful attacks without giving the enemy a moment's respite. A blood pact will allow enemies' wounds to heal the wounds of whoever wields it. Weight of Sin in the air, down and Y, parry, R. Bye! Perry King has returned. I really like the update for that. How they actually are flaying their skin and using their blood to get a better range on their slash. It's just little details that make all the difference. I am assuming there is something here, because it's like a block there. So we're gonna drop a marker. We'll know to come back there. Prayers and fervors. Attacking and executing enemies fills your fervor bar, which enables you to perform varied and powerful prayers. You can equip them in your inventory. Verses, press A to recite a quick prayer. Chants, press down and A to invoke a powerful prayer. Ah, see, before you only had one set of enchantments. Now it looks like you have, like, quick spells and big booms. So it gave me a big boom first. Invoke flames from the very earth itself, which will inflict fire damage. And since y'all know I'm all about that lore... Oh! Very small lore on this one. Chant to the friendly flame that naught could extinguish. Heavy clouds of soil covered it, and deprived of shadow, it now sleeps in repose. Bye! Ow. Ow. Look! You! Just chill. Let me smash this vial of blood into my face. I wonder if I could get up there, if I could break that. You got Tree Armed. The new thing. Some attacks can leave your enemies stunned. When this happens, press ZL to execute stunned enemies. Defeating an enemy in this way grants you a Fervor, Tears of Atonement, and Martyrdom points bonus. Slam. Little cherub things are back. Ow. I do like that they make you a really effective killing machine right off the hop. Hi! Cheesed! Very somber piano music for this city of the blessed name. Right. Actually need an ability to do the wall climb in this one, whereas before you could just use your sword. There is a lot we're going to be able to open up in this place.
Bienvenido a este alboroto de aserraduras, colas y barnices que es mi humilde taller. Montañés es mi nombre, maestro de imagineros.
Cheers to you, Master Sculptor.
Los que con cinceles y manos firmes hacemos corpóreas en madera las fieles figuras de los verdaderamente santos, para poder ser contempladas y admiradas con veneración por todos los devotos. No quedan rastros de luz en mis ojos vidriosos, mas puedo conocer lo justo y necesario en vos. ¿Acaso, pues, de alguna manera, no somos todos penitentes en esta tierra? El milagro dispuso que, al ser mi profesión la de imaginero, tallara en la madera como última obra mía la figura de la Santísima. Penitente, vuestra ayuda ruego disponer para comenzar esta última obra. Procuradme los mejores cinceles y herramientas, las más bellas pinturas, los más delicados barnices. Además, soy capaz de esculpir para vos las figuras que encajarán en el retablo de vuestra espalda, como esta que os entrego aquí. Aceptadme este gesto de gratitud. Es solo la primera pieza de cuantiosas más que labraré para vos. Ahora la colocaré en el retablo de vuestra espalda, y así sentiréis su favor, mas también su carga.
Where is this altarpiece on his back?
Las manos del milagro me guiarán en el tallado según el recuerdo que me traigáis. Que os guíen como ellas a mí, penitente.
Visit Sculptor's workshop whenever you want to equip figures in your altarpiece of favors. Each figure confers powerful benefits onto the penitent one. You can react in mysterious ways when placed next to others in the altarpiece. You can increase the number of slots for your altarpiece of favors in exchange for marks of martyrdom. So let's put the one that he just gave us on. Gives us an extra 10% to physical damage. Cool. For all weapons. So again, something that tells us we will definitely be finding the hammer and the fencing sword and dagger combo later on. Increase the altarpiece's capacity. I don't want to yet. I want to save that for leveling up my stuff, because I know I'm about to unlock that. Don't have a tool. Don't have a memento. You want a lot of stuff.
Que las manos del milagro os guíen, penitente.
Cool. Well, we'll come back soon. Nice red carpet. Oh, hi!
Solo hay sombras tras esta recia cortina que separan pecado y confesión, crimen y juicio. En mi oscuridad solo quedan el llanto para mí y el perdón para los que lo buscáis. ¿Dónde están ahora los afligidos? ¿Dónde están ahora los arrepentidos? ¿Cuánto tiempo desde que este sacramento comenzó su larga agonía? Ahora que vuestra penitencia de silencios y dolores en la carne os ha conducido hacia mi sombrío confesionario, permitidme podar la culpa que portáis, y así sentiréis aliviar la carga.
No, it's more of a Metroidvania, Denthar. It was originally pitched to me as a 2D Souls-like by someone who was checking out my Mortal Shell stream back in the day. So I tried it out then. I would not call this a Souls-like. It is much more of a straight-up Metroidvania. But it is awesome. So no, you don't have to worry about losing everything and going back to the start whenever you die. This is more like the hub area.
Penitente, retornad cuando la culpa os queme la sien. Mi propósito os hará liberaros de vuestra carga. Penitente, mi propósito os...
Let's get going. Because so far we've been getting a lot of setup. Not too much action. Something's down there. Oh, you mean like how I already been doing. Thanks for the tip, game. Profundo Lamento. I don't think I can get to that. Whoop! Nope. Hey! No need to throw stuff, guys. Tears. What did I just say? Stop it! These flying urn things are just vomiting all the sand. Ah! Went for the downward strike and didn't downward strike. I will give them a wreath of fire. That is the hug they get. Oh, here, have a hug. I hugged him. Burn. Ah! Oof. That one hugged me so tightly that he absorbed my soul, and now I'm back here. Upon dying, a guilt fragment remains anchored to the world. The level of guilt as the level of guilt rises, reducing the gain of fervor and your defense, but increasing Tears of Atonement and martyrdom points gained. Collect guilt fragments to partially recover or find someone who can ease your burden. Ah, so your defense goes down and your MP goes down, but your ability to collect souls goes up. Interesting. Interesting way to shift it. Since we're running right by you, sure, purge me of my guilt, buddy.
¿Deseáis limpiaros de vuestra culpa?
1,000 tears, you bloody... What are you, trying to build a church?
Sea, pues. El sacramento ha sido completado.
It's penance.
Vuestra culpa ha sido expiada, mas permanecerá conmigo hasta mi fin, pues este es mi propósito designado.
Good. Take it.
Ahora, marchad con sosiego.
What a nice person. I don't have the weapon to kill it with fire. I will kill it with serrated blades. Ah! Ow. There we go. Worked that time. Revenge! And all that. Attacking and executing enemies allows you to earn marks of martyrdom, which can be used to upgrade certain characteristics of the penitent one. You can earn marks of martyrdom by fighting and exploring the map. So I just got one. Ow! Can't get up there. Can't get to him. Going this way was a waste of time, but it got me experience. Ah, here we are. Huh. Immaculatus, 0%. 1 of 40? So can I only earn 40 marks from killing things? Is that what that means? That's the only things in the menu we have open right now. Down we go. Ah! Have a hug. Save point. Since I did try out all of the 3 weapons before I started streaming this, I know, since I ran through here, that the hammer will actually activate those. Or the weapon that sets things on fire. Honestly, can't wait to get it, but I do really like this blade. Hi! You tried.
¿Quién sois que tanto rostro como nombre ocultáis? No. Vuestro nombre no importa si vuestros pasos os han conducido hasta mí. Yerma es el mío. Mas esta ocasión no es propicia, pues son presurosos los pasos que mi promesa alienta, e inquebrantable la voluntad que los dirige. Este odio que cubre de sombras mi razón. He de partir de inmediato.
Thank you. You now have access to the weapon memory section of your inventory. Use marks of martyrdom you've acquired to advance combat techniques. Track down the bearer penitents to unlock techniques that are even more powerful. Well, thank you, lady, for the plot convenience. Steely battled lance, the tip of an object of worship that was turned into a weapon. It delivers a violent end to countless enemies, and the memories of those deaths linger on. Its strength resides in the arsenal of penitence in which it can be awakened. The night was dark and full of mist. Yerma saw her chance to climb in through an open window, breaking into that old church that discreetly oversaw a far corner of the village. A perfect night for her purpose. Oh, so this is telling her story, huh? With cat-like agility, she climbed down a sculpture on the inner facade until reaching the cold marble floor. Nobody saw or heard her. She stepped into the temple's blackness, her eyes piercing every shadow in search of her objective, and there it was, on top of an altar at the end of the nave, a silver rod, an old sacred relic that had remained intact despite the centuries. It shone with a glow of its own, like some kind of living thing. It was said that the rod had been plated with an impossible alloy of oil-anointed silver. Yerma didn't hesitate. She slid from the shadows like a snake, took the rod, and felt its cold weight. That argent glow fleetingly reflected in her eyes, revealing them to be full of hate and thirsty for vengeance. Nobody will ever know what happened to that holy artifact. So she is some sort of thief? I didn't actually read the lore off stream because I wanted to share something. That's why I kind of tried to skip certain cutscenes. I wonder. Nope, won't let me. But that's okay, because now I get this. The holiest of Chozo statues has granted me the ability to wall jump. Some surfaces can be used to climb. Hold ZR to cling to these surfaces and not slip. You have a good one too, Denthar. I'm actually probably going to take a break pretty soon. I'm just going to get back to the town first, take a break, and then probably come back and get to the parts of this game that I have not played before, which would be a lot of fun. Whoop. Oh, right. I should equip that. Slightly increases resistance to all physical damage. Scratched lead sphere. Sturdy metal ball embedded in the hollowed-out wall of a study. The monk who forged it was beaten to death, and no one remembers its real purpose anymore. That poor monk. Oh, nope. Oh wait, no, that still worked. So what's this way? Oh, hi!
Nana, mi niña, Nana.
Okay, well, we're, marking that one. There's actually a lot of detail going on, like the falling flowers joining everything scattered on the ground. The way that, like, how many? There's 2, 4, 6. 6 hands that aren't her own. 2 at least look like they would belong to the child there. Wait. 2 from the mother, 2 from the child. 1 extra gripping the child's shoulder. Where is that coming from? And then the 2 on the mother's neck, the 2 on the mother's head. Where are... And the statues in the back. Yeah. Love this art style. It's just so cool. Alright. Let's save this up real quick. Take the 10 tears. Bye! That was worth taking the hit. Alright, we unlocked the ability to, yeah, there we are. I have 2. Yeah, so I could get that first. The up and Y and down and Y. Those are actually pretty useful to have. Blood Pact is also very useful to have. Hold R plus Y with the gauge full to activate Blood Pact. Empowers all hits from Rego Al Alba with additional hits of mystical damage. Charge the gauge by dealing damage with Rega Al Alba. Press R at the last moment to unleash devastating slash that strikes multiple times, and add a combo finishers, basically an uppercut and the cyclone on the ground. I think I'm actually going to go for that to start. Yeah, we're getting close to another mark. Love it. Hey. There we go. Bye. Just gotta get into that rhythm. Hello? Mirabras, return to port. Takes the penitent one back to the city of the blessed name. Ah, homeward bone in spell form. Chant of supplication to the farolera sung by sailors in need of aid. Well, that's always nice if I need, like, a quick way home. I know that'll kill me, but I'm wondering when I actually jump down there. Acquired forgotten tribute. A coin that was used for many years as payment for processions that traverse the road at night time. These processions gradually died out, so finding a coin like this is a rare occurrence. The thick night mists snaked and curled around the lattice of trunks and branches that made out the forest. From that very fog that sticked to my skin like a clammy shroud did emerge the shadows. They marched in procession with mournful parsimony, each one a bearer of their own lament and grim expression, confused, wafting forward in death. Seized by the sinister sight, I could not help but witness, frozen in place as they slowly made their way towards me. Only then did the procession stop, the shadow guiding the group, the tallest and most tenebrous of them all, bowed down in silence, showing me the palm of his bare hand. He was waiting for something. Petrified, I could but mutter a few vain words, whilst my whole being shivered. It was at that moment that the piercing light of a sudden dawn broke through the entangled canopy of that forest, tearing apart both fog and spectre, making them all vanish before me. The sweet song of birds conjured away the deadly silence that had reigned before. I will never know what tribute that ghost of mists would have asketh for, nor will I ever encounter them again. Interesting thing to find at the edge of a precipice. Ah! Sculptor's resonant gavel. Small square hammer. Skilled sculptors use tools similar to this to work on wood in its initial form. However, it is impossible to conclude that any artist using such a small a mallet must have sought to undergo some kind of penance or punishment. His last work, Part 5. It was then that the sculptor, witness of the whole ordeal, was blinded by a radiance that grew from the pious visage of the lady. A flare so grossly incandescent, that it condemned him into the most absolute darkness. The old man, blinded forever, yet in the midst of that deep blackness, a vision persisted, engraved with pure light, the most beautiful face he had ever laid eyes on. Ah! Whoops! Guess the rum and coke is starting to take effect. Oh dear. And a whoop, and a toot, and a hoop, ha-de-hoop, ha-doo! There we go. And we're back. Empty receptacle. Nice. Glass vessel able to contain the blood flowing from the crimson flesh touched by the miracle, used to increase the number of bile flasks. On hearing the young man question, the elder's gaze filled with melancholy. Yes, this church belongeth to a bygone age, one so ancient, so chaotic, that it's as if it wanted to disappear from memory. An age in which time itself decided to stop in a perpetual sunset, and in which every man yearned only for the designs of the divine. But so it happened that the faith of those people faded, quietly escaping from their hearts year after year. Even so, this abandoned church still stands, its foundations as firm as ever, as if it waited for something, as if it refused to give up the faith that it so many had already lost. And the old man stood there, gazing at the sturdy stone, lost in thought. 'Tis what it is. Back in the city. So, I'm going to do a bit of wrap-up here in the town and take a break. After that break, I will be coming back and we'll be going up that way. Because, as I mentioned, that way has the coolest music so far that I have found. Excuse me. But we're going to wrap some stuff up here in the city first.
¿En qué os puedo asistir, penitente?
Well, you can take this hammer.
Este mazo se siente tan equilibrado a la mano que parece no requerir esfuerzo alguno para moverlo. Tenéis mi gratitud, penitente.
We don't have any others, do we? And I don't have anything else for him,
Que
but I
las
can't
manos del
increase.
milagro os guíen, penitente. ¿En qué os puedo asistir? Que las manos del milagro.
Let's check on Guilt Boy. What's with all the flowers?
Bienvenido de nuevo, penitente. Las flores de duelo que crecen a nuestros pies no son más que vuestra culpa manifestada y exudada.
Huh. I actually hadn't seen this before.
Tras la belleza de cada brote, se esconde una espina clavada en mi ser. Una penitencia que cargo con gozo, que me acerca a mi propósito y quizás al vuestro.
Huh. Wait, is there anything I can do with him right now? Like, can I cleanse some guilt? Do I need to?
Penitente, retornad
Nope.
mi propósito.
We are good. Right. We can go down here and get these tears now. Ah! Actually, 800. That's not bad. Ow. Let's go back up, because we have the other side of the city to get to. Oh, dear. Oh, you know what? It would probably be easier to go this way. I wish you could actually climb up, considering you can slide down. Oh well. Can't always get what you want. But if you try sometimes, you might just get what you need. Also key. Thank you. Doth thee wish to make the sacrifice? Sure.
Ábranse la piel y las rojas carnes. Destápese la mentira que mi envoltura oculta, pues solo soy huesos y sangre. Llénense así los cálices con los que brindan reyes y sacerdotes.
Ahoy, Mr. Drool. You have caught near the end of this stream, but you have caught me being a penitent soul. Yes, I will give you
Ahora os otorgaré un nuevo matraz. Traedme más viales.
Alright. So, before when I was running around pre-stream, I did find her, of course. I had actually done the sacrifice after talking to her before, so wanted to see if it changed anything to do the sacrifice before you talk to her. It doesn't.
Traedme cálices o viales, que los llenaré con mi propia sangre.
I don't even know what the point of making that sacrifice is, because she just upgrades blood vial anyway. I guess you'll have to use it eventually if you're continuing down this path, but we will find out later. It's definitely a much more piano-heavy soundtrack than the first Blasphemous. Dude tied to a chair, tied to what looks like a monk from the Brotherhood of Genuflecting Monks from the first game. Still, dude on a heavy oak what looks like a heavy oak high chair almost, or artist chair, tied to his back. Like, I love the conceptual art in this game.
Oh, bienaventurados seamos. He aquí a un penitente. A vuestra reverencia nos presentamos. Somos Medardo y Escolástico, mercaderes peregrinos y escribanos. Nunca se sabe dónde puede haber bienes de gran valor. ¿Qué puede haber de injusto o malicioso en recorrer los caminos en búsqueda del beneficio doble? El del bolsillo al vender y el del espíritu al caminar en oración. Mientras Medardo cumple su penitencia en el andar introspectivo, yo me hago cargo del comercio, sin además dejar de escribir sobre los primorosos paisajes de los rumbos tan diversos que tomamos. Pero adelante, contemplad nuestro escaparate. Gran atractivo poseen los enseres que una vez estuvieron perdidos en las travesías, ya que ellos mismos adquieren el recuerdo de la propia hazaña. Echad un vistazo a nuestro escaparate.
Galera of the Living Briar creates a bolt of electricity that inflicts lightning damage. Increase the chance of critical hits when using prayers. I'm gonna try this thing.
Hasta que nuestras sendas se vuelvan a cruzar, penitente.
Creates a bolt of electricity that inflicts lightning damage. Verse dedicated to the blackthorn that, piercing the flesh of a storm cloud, made it bleed thunder. Ah, so that's my quick spell. And that's my... adding variety! Once again, taking what made the first Blasphemous good and refining it. There was a wall jump side there. Alright. So I had played around this way off stream a bit, which is how I got to know a little bit about what the fencing thing could do. And this is a pretty cool little soundtrack, but very violin focused actually. But I don't really want to go this way completely yet. Although I am gonna do this. Can I? No, I don't have any yet. Have a hug! That was worth it. know what? That makes it perfect. Because I was going to go the other way anyway, because may as well go for the closest one first, right?
Bienaventurados seamos. Podéis echar un vistazo a nuestro escaparate.
Thank you.
No nos quedan más artículos, pero nunca se sabe qué puede aparecer en esos caminos. Volved más tarde, pues, penitente.
I know that closed door opens up to another merchant soon. But that's all I know about the city, is that one other door opens. I haven't really done anything else there. So, technically, when we come back after our break, you know, outside of, like, the starting bit of the area that I'm going up to, we're treading new ground already, which is good. And whoa, you've made some progress on that slab, buddy.
La madera cobra forma. Siento cómo sus vetas alimentan un cuerpo que busca ser herido con mis cinceles y martillos, que añora los cortes y las hendiduras que lo liberan de toscas inflexiones.
Increase the chance of critical hits when using prayers. Okay. So those are the only two that I have, and I only have the two, so I'm going to want to start unlocking more pieces of the altar soon.
Que las manos del milagro os guíen, penitente.
And yeah, this is a good place to take that break. Gonna go have a little bit of a tilt, check with the boy about what's going on with dinner, or if he's just continuing on with his work a little bit. So I should be back within the next 1 to 2 hours. So keep an eye on stream notifications to see when we're going live again. Be sure to tune in. Shoutouts go to the Tower of Vengeance, to Denthar, and to Drew for shouting out in the chat. You take care as well, Mr. Drew, and Ms. Jenny, if you are there with Mr. Drew as well. Be sure to come back in a little bit, because we are going to the place where the soundtracks are cool, the playthroughs are blind, and the penitent one will kill. Till then, y'all have a good one. See you soon.